Hello, we're going to be looking at problem number 1 in section 11.4 about volume of prisms and cylinders. This is found on page 718 of your textbook. And when we find the volume of a rectangular prism, the generic rule is that the volume is, this capital B here stands for the area of the base multiplied by the height. Now, the capital B changes because if we're talking about a rectangle, then we find the area of a rectangle. If we're talking about the area of a circle, if that's our base, then we find the area of a circle using the circle formula. If it's a triangle, we use a triangle formula, and so on. So that B there is the area of the base, and that changes based on it. Now, because we're talking about a rectangular prism, we're going to use the concept of a rectangle, which is length times width. So when we look at this base right here of this prism, it's a 24 by 20. So 24 by 20 ends up being 480. So that's why the area of my base is 480. And then the height of my prism is 10. So that goes in for height. They've color coded it here. And 480 times 10 becomes 4,800. And so the volume of a rectangular prism is 4,800, and again, because you have 3 units, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, it is going to become centimeters cubed, and actually all volume is going to be in cubic units of some kind. Okay, so let's look at the got it real quickly. What's the volume of the rectangular prism at the right? For the same reason, we're going to take the base, okay, because again, the volume is the area of the base times the height. This volume is going to be 5 times 3, because that's the area of the base. Then we're going to multiply that by the height, which happens to be 4. I'll just put that in there. So that ends up being 15 times 4, or 60. And then we have feet times feet times feet. And so that's going to become cubic feet, as we call it. So the answer for this is going to be cubic feet here. It says, suppose the prism at the right is turned so that the base is 4 feet by 5 feet and the height is 3 feet. Does the volume change? No, because again, your base would be 4 by 5, and then you multiply that by 3. It just rearranges the numbers, and you end up with 20 times 3, which is still 60. So it's really not going to change the overall volume of this, regardless of whether it's laying on another side or something like that. So don't worry about that part. That doesn't change. So the answer is still going to be 60 cubic feet. I hope this was helpful. Best of luck.